Good evening, Avril. It's me, Taylor. Who do you think I'm with right now? Go on, sweetie. Why don't you have a little guess? It could be fun. You'll never believe it. I'm with your sweet, darling husband. I have some rather unfortunate news for you, though. He won't be coming home to you tonight. Oh, sorry. Want to know why that is? Have a guess. Have a guess. Me and him will be spending the night having a little fun in a luxury hotel room, if you catch my drift. Don't bother objecting, because I won't be taking any complaints. Nothing but fun and positivity is allowed tonight, and believe me and your man will be enjoying plenty. Alrighty, well, it's finally time to turn off my phone, dim the lights, and enjoy a steamy night of passion with your husband. I'll let you know how things went in the morning. Good morning, Avril. You'll be pleased to know that your husband and I were going at it like rabbits until the sun came up. Man, am I tired. I don't remember the last time a guy gave me a servicing this thorough. Oopsie, is that too much information? Sorry, sweetie. What am I, like stealing your husband all the way to myself like this? Someone really ought to stop me. I'm so greedy. Oopsie, I almost forgot to tell ya. He'll be going straight to work from the hotel, so you won't be seeing him for a little while longer yet. He can't say I didn't tell you now. Huh? What the hell is all this? Oh, Avril, there you are. I thought you disappeared from the face of the earth. I saw you weren't reading any of my messages, so I figured you were just looking at the notifications and trying to deny reality by shying away from replying to me. Burying your head in the sand won't work, dear. Sorry, but I've been on a plane this whole time. All of your messages came through at once when I landed, and I was a tiny bit confused, to say the least. Huh? You were on a plane? Yep, I just landed back in America. Wait, you mean you were abroad? Hang on, you've been on vacation? Good grief, dear, you should really know your place. Huh? Is it any wonder your husband cheats on you? Excuse me? If I were you, dear, I'd cherish the little time you have left to spend your husband's money on luxuries like overseas vacations while you still can, because you won't be able to for much longer. Sorry, you'll have to forgive me, but I keep looking through all these messages you sent me last night, and I still don't have a clue what you're talking about. The same goes for the stuff you're saying now. Huh? Actually, I'm pretty busy and have to go to work, so I don't have the time to get to the bottom of whatever the heck it is you're talking about right now. So if you'll excuse me, I have to go. Bye. Huh? Avril? What are you talking about? How can you not understand what's happening after everything I sent you? I spelled it out plain as day. How much more obvious can I make it? Do you need me to send you pictures of us in the act? Are you mentally handicapped or something? I literally couldn't make it any clearer if I tried. Oh, I know. That must be it. It's not that you don't understand. It's that the realization that your husband is cheating on you was so traumatic that you went into denial mode as a coping mechanism. I read about this in a psychology magazine before. It's a real thing. Wait, does that mean you lied about going on vacation too? Was that another coping mechanism? Oh dear, this is just too pathetic. Sadly for you, I have no intention of ending my fling with your husband. Sucks to be you, but our steamy love sessions will continue for the foreseeable future, dear. Eventually, if we carry on long enough, you'll have to divorce him. If there's anything resembling a brain cell in that hollow head of yours, I'd suggest you start making the necessary emotional and financial preparations to say goodbye to your man forever. Hey, Jess. I just landed back in America. How's my favorite big sister doing? Hey, Avril. Welcome home. I'm doing great, thanks. Thanks for looking after my son while I was away on business. You really are a lifesaver. Don't mention it. We more or less live together anyway, so it's not like anything really changed. You don't have to thank me at all. Well, I want to. It just so happens I splurged on a little something for you while I was abroad by way of thanks. Aw, you shouldn't have. That does sound great, though. I'm super excited to see what it is. Will you be going back to work now? Yep, I have to file some important documents away in the safe. But I was told I could wait until tomorrow before I make my official leaving announcement, so I plan on resigning after tying up a bunch of loose ends at the office today. I should be all right to make it home by this evening. I see. All right, that's great. Oh, yeah. There was something else I wanted to discuss with you. It's kind of important. Someone who seems very much like they might be the woman Dan's cheating on you with showed up on my radar recently. What? This is just speculation for now, so we should definitely find out whether it's true or not first before we do anything with it. Who is she? Her name is Taylor. She's one of the other moms I sometimes speak to outside kindergarten. Taylor? Oh, wait, that name rings a bell. Hang on, wasn't she the single mom whose husband divorced her when he found out their daughter wasn't his? The one who still doesn't seem to be able to tell the difference between me and you? I think she came up to me outside kindergarten last month. She tapped me on the back and said, "Hey, Avril," just like she always does. Yes, that Taylor. When I turned my phone back on after landing at the airport, it started blowing up with this never-ending torrent of weird, creepy messages from her. She sent them all while I was flying. I don't know how the hell her mind works, but her messages were so full of misunderstandings, I could hardly believe what I was reading. Based on the overall vibe, I think she's the girl we've been looking for. I see. Well, one thing's for sure. If it's Taylor we're talking about here, she's definitely capable of doing something like that. I was planning on showing you the chat logs when I got home, but if you'd rather see them sooner, I can send you everything right now if you like. Right. You know what? I think it's best I see them now. Would you mind sending them? Sorry for the trouble. It's no bother. I'll send everything now. Thanks a bunch. You're the best, sis. Avril, how's it going, you tragic little mess? Guess whose hunky stallion of a husband I'm with again today? Yep, that's right. Yours! Judging from the fact that you haven't replied to me once since before, is it fair to assume you've completely given up and resigned yourself to your fate? I'm sure having to come to terms with the fact you're the kind of woman who gets cheated on must be a bitter pill to swallow, but you can't deny reality any longer. You know, I actually think it's very admirable of you to accept your situation like this. Anyway, I'll be spending tonight wrapped in Dan's big, strong, muscular arms before letting him have his way with me in a tempestuous frenzy of rough, sensual passion that lasts until the early hours. Hey, Avril, I'm sorry to message you with this, but my husband's in the next room, so I figured it would be better to do it quietly without raising any suspicion. Hey, that's fine by me. Is this about the small matter we discussed before? Yes. I sent a request to a private investigator after you pointed me in the direction of a potential suspect for the woman my husband's been seeing behind my back. It turns out their relationship's been ongoing since way before she sent those messages laying everything bare. Ah, I see. Well, I guess that's not so surprising, thinking about how long ago it was when you first started to suspect something was going on. It makes perfect sense that they'd have been doing it a while. That's not all. I found out something else. And good Lord, I swear, Avril, this one's gonna blow your mind. Blow my mind? How to put it? It's actually kind of crazy. What? You're scaring me now, sis. Go on, what is it? Actually, you know what? Sorry, babe, but this one's a little too shocking for text. So I'm gonna have to wait till my husband's out before I tell you. I'm gonna get started on punishing him for his low-life scumbag behavior real soon, which is inevitably gonna mean you're getting dragged into it. I'm really sorry about this, sis. It's fine, I'm already prepared. Do whatever the hell you want to him. I don't want you to hold back, not even for 1 second, okay? Get him, Tiger! Believe me, I don't plan on holding back at all. That scumbag's gonna regret crossing me, that's for sure. Yay, we did it! Avril, I finally have a reason for you to divorce your husband. Hi, Taylor. I see you're just as annoying as ever this morning. What do you want? Make it quick. Don't be such a meanie, Avril. Fine, if that's your attitude, I'll come straight out with it. I'm pregnant with your husband's baby. Excuse me? With this, my position as the CEO's future wife is set in stone. Huh? Pregnant? The CEO's future wife? What are you talking about? Oh, come on. Are you actually that dense? Surely you must have some idea of what I'm talking about. I intentionally got pregnant to steal your position as the CEO's wife. Your husband belongs to me. The title of CEO's wife belongs to me. What are you talking about? Do you want me to repeat myself? Like I just said, I am pregnant with your husband's baby. Don't make me go through this boring old routine of making me repeat myself again, woman. With this, now you have no choice but to divorce him. I really don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about. Like I said, God, are you brain damaged or something? Read through the messages again if you still don't get it. I'm done repeating myself with you. Hey, Taylor, why don't you take a chill pill? Want to know something I do know? I do know that you're making the mother of all misunderstandings here. Huh? Misunderstandings? Me? What am I misunderstood about? Go on, this should be good. First of all, my husband isn't the CEO. Second of all, he was sent on a long-term work transfer to Arkansas a year ago and has been too busy to come back ever since. So we haven't seen each other in person in ages. Huh? You think my husband is called Dan, don't you? Yes, I know that's his name. What are you trying to do? Confuse me so I'll stop rubbing our steamy affair in your face? Well, it's not going to work. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee, Missy. I've seen the two of you coming out of the same house together countless times. Are you trying to tell me my own eyes are lying to me? Good grief. Are there any lengths you won't go to maintain your complete denial of reality? I'm actually starting to feel sorry for you now. Dan is my brother-in-law. Your brother-in-law? My sister and I moved into our parents' house when they retired early to live a quiet life out in the country. It was a joint 2-family house, so now I live in one side and my sister lives in the other. Excuse me? Let me spell it out for you, basically. Dan, who technically lives in the same property as me, is my sister's husband. Wow, really? He is? Taylor, let me ask you something. Did you think I had 2 children? Huh? Well, yes, I did. It looked like you had 2 kids of the same age, so I thought they might be twins. You see, the thing is, I still only have 1 child. Huh? The other one is my sister's. What? Are you kidding me? Wow, I see. I knew it. You thought me and my sister were the same person, didn't you? We're almost the same age and look really similar in the face. But like I just told you, my husband is away on a work transfer and he hasn't been around for over a year. So the only male adult in these houses is Dan, my brother-in-law. So like I said before, it would appear that you made a huge misunderstanding based on a bunch of unfounded assumptions and a severe case of mistaken identity due to knowing absolutely nothing about our actual circumstances. I see. So that's what's going on here. So Dan's wife was your older sister all along? Whatever. Am I phased? No. That's no problem at all. That's right. This changes nothing. Who cares who his current wife is? He'll still end up divorcing your sister all the same, and I'm still set to inherit the title of CEO's wife. Yeah, about that. Would you mind telling me exactly why you think that's going to happen? Sure, easy peasy. Dan is the CEO of Lubricated Logistics, one of the most well-known shipping companies in the U.S., which means that when he divorces your sister and me and him finally tie the knot, I'll be the CEO's wife. But the CEO is a woman. Huh? To be more precise, the CEO of Lubricated Logistics is my sister. What? You would have known this straight away if you bothered to check out the company homepage instead of getting carried away with your wild fantasies and outrageous delusions. Didn't you take a look? Homepage? I don't know anything about that. If the CEO's a woman, what does Dan do at the company? He doesn't even work for them. He works at one of Lubricated Logistics' subcontractor companies, but even then, it's not like he's a high-up or anything. He's just a regular old employee. What? No way, this can't be. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. No, I'm definitely not lying. Oh yeah, and there was one more thing. What? That baby you're pregnant with? Dan's not the daddy, is he? What? What on earth are you talking about? Do you have a single shred of evidence to back up such an absurd claim? Dan's infertile. What? He became infertile after developing a serious infection not long after the birth of his and my sister's first child. The doctors told him he'll never have kids again. No way, I can't believe this. Wait a sec, actually, hang on. So that's why he looked so troubled when I announced that I was pregnant? I just knew something was off about his reaction. It's probably because that was the moment he realized you were seeing other guys behind his back. There must be a poetic irony in realizing the woman you're having an affair with is also cheating on you, huh? Oh my, this is awful. Surely there has to be some kind of a mistake here. Does he really know? And he found out like that? Anyway, Taylor, how about we wrap this up with a message from my sister? Huh? Irrespective of who the father of that baby in your belly is, the fact that you had an affair with my husband remains the same. Prepare to pay me large sums of compensation. No, hold on a second. Dan isn't the CEO, right? If Dan isn't the CEO, who's going to cover my share of the compensation? I sure as hell can't afford to pay it myself. Even if Dan was the CEO, you're deluded if you think he'd ever pay your share of the compensation after what you did. The two of you may have been engaged in an affair, but you still lied to him and got pregnant by another man behind his back. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say marriage is probably off the table, and realistically, he most likely is going to break up with you before long. No way, he wouldn't! Actually, he would. Apparently, he already made it clear things with you are over, so it'd probably be wise to start making your own plans for the future. My sister took full custody of their child, and he already promised to pay her compensation for the affair, as well as monthly child support payments until their daughter grows up. Oh, and this should go without saying, but naturally he'll only be paying his share of the compensation, and not yours. What? If you actually stop to give it some thought, I'm sure you'll quickly understand. If there's actually anything resembling a brain cell in that hollow head of yours, that is. Oh my God. No, this can't be happening. No. Are you serious? You have got to be kidding me. What am I supposed to do now? I can't be on my own. What do I do, Avril? Why are you asking me? None of this is my problem. What do I do? No, please, I'm serious. I have no clue how to get by on my own, and if I have to pay compensation, I'll be even more screwed. Bye, Taylor. But if he's not the dad, then who is? The crazy thing my sister mentioned earlier was the fact that Taylor had been simultaneously seeing over a dozen different guys. Over the coming days, she received a monstrous bill for compensation. In a not-so-genius move, she caused a huge scandal when she went to the houses of each of her lovers one by one to try and ascertain which one was the baby daddy, also alerting their wives to the fact their husbands had been cheating on them in the process. She did end up figuring out who the dad was, but at what cost? Taylor's parents, already sick and tired of their daughter's reprobate behavior, finally decided to wash their hands of her and declare that enough was enough. Not only that, but after being deemed unfit to be a mother, both of her children were taken by child services and passed into the custody of relatives. Last I heard, Taylor's currently working several intensely physically demanding manual labor jobs in a desperate bid to come up with the compensation she now owes not only my sister, but also the 6 other women whose husbands she was sleeping with. Good luck, girl. You're gonna need it. Rebecca, are you looking ugly again today? What the hell was that, Thea? Well, it's been a year or so since I've last seen you, so I wanted to check up on you and see if you were still keeping up with being ugly. Just as I expected from you. You have literally no decency at all as an adult and are still acting like that little bratty witch that I've always known you to be. Huh? So how has being a whore been for you? Stealing any fine men lately? Oh my God. Well, I'll have you know that I'm not the whore. All of those men are, because they keep coming after me when I'm not even trying to get with them. So what other choice do I have but to go out and have fun with them? Go ahead and think of it however you'd like. Now, tell me what you really want from me today. Oh, that's right. I have a really, really important bit of news to tell you. And what could that be? Right now, I'm on vacation with your husband in Guam. What? You went to Guam? That's right. I'm out here with your husband, Brad, and we are making love to one another at this private little cabin on the beach. I haven't seen Brad all night, and that's why he left to go to Guam with you? That's right. So when are you guys coming back home? Huh? I want to know how many nights you two will be staying there and when you plan on coming back. What's going on here? You just had your own husband stolen away by me, and you're not even going to act a little bit surprised by that? What is wrong with you, Rebecca? Honestly, I'm just shocked by the fact that you took him all the way to Guam, of all places, to cheat on me. Are you kidding me? You should be crying at the sound of my news and begging me with all the strength you have right now to give him back to you. Why are you not worried about him at all? I knew about him cheating on me, so don't get your hopes up. Huh? I have known about you going out with Brad like that for a while now. I'm sorry that your plans of making me break down and beg for him back didn't work out for you. What? Now look, Thea, you and I have been in the same classes with one another in both middle school and then in high school. You and I both have a lot of the same friends, so I hear about you all the time. I'm sure that you're not very aware of this, but back here in town, not a lot of people really like you all too much, and all I hear about you is bad things. And thanks to always hearing the bad news about you, I learned that you'd been eyeing up Brad. Are you serious? A lot of people say that you yourself are married right now, but by the way you'd always go around town bragging about the men you were with, it almost felt as though your real husband didn't exist. When you both are back in town, I'll be having a word with you guys, along with my lawyer, about the divorce settlements. Please make sure to be there for that. Oh, I see. Well, that's no problem. I'm a little bit shocked that you already knew about all of this, but it's not going to change any of the plans I've made. Really? Is that so? Anyway, we will be back home in 3 more days. Since I'm no longer going to have to hide anything from anyone, I'm going to make sure to enjoy this little vacation to the fullest and post all about it. Well, as long as you're not going to try and run away, do as you please. Bye now. Thea, have you not been looking at any of the calls and texts coming from your parents? Why are you not going to answer anyone? Everyone is trying to get a hold of you right now. Oh my, if it isn't the loser who lost her husband to me. I'm sure you're getting all antsy now and sent me all those messages wanting him back from me, right? I knew that having Brad stolen from you was heartbreaking. This is not about Brad and you. Huh? Your husband, Mark? He had to be taken to the hospital because he came down with something really bad and hasn't been getting any better. I see. And? Since this morning, he's been on life support. Oh? Because you weren't answering any of those texts and calls from your family, they came to all your friends and people you know asking us to try and contact you. Come home right now, hurry! What? No, thank you. Huh? I'm sure you're just lying to me right now to try and get Brad and I to come home from our little romantic vacation before we planned to, right? I know that you and my family are all in that lie together and want me to stop having fun here with your husband. What the hell are you going on about? Things are not going well for your husband and his family right now, so hurry up and come home right away. Come on now, Thea. All right, okay. Keep on freaking out about how you want Brad back. I am not worried about Brad and you right now. Are you even listening to me? Right now, I'm a very busy woman because I have all this love I need to receive from Brad. We're both about to start having sex, so shut up already and let us have our fun. Jesus Christ, Thea. What the hell do you think you're doing right now? Your husband is on his deathbed. Oh, I just remembered something. I don't actually need Mark anymore, so you can go ahead and take him now since I'm taking Brad. I'm sorry that I'm giving him to you in such a sad state, though. Hopefully you don't mind getting a damaged product. This is not the time for you to be saying things like that. His family is all here, wondering where you are and why you're not here. You are starting to really annoy me now, so I'm going to block your number for the rest of this trip. What? Bye-bye. See you when I'm back from Guam. Hold it right there, Thea! Thea! I'm back! We just arrived back home a little bit ago. Therefore, I can unblock your phone number now. And another thing I have to let you know about is that Brad and I got engaged. So could you please hurry up and divorce him for me? You were telling me the other day that when we both got back, you'd want to talk to us about the divorce and the settlement, so make all of that quick, please. Both Brad and I want to get married to one another as soon as possible. You are so dang annoying. Huh? Oh, you must have turned into the Grinch while I was gone after having your husband stolen from you, right? That's hilarious. But that's why I said you can have Mark as a replacement for Brad. Although ever since he started to get really sick, he lost his job at that major company, and it's been pretty useless to me. Right now, I'm at Mark's funeral. What? I'm not family or anything to him, so I'm only here for the first procession, and then I'll be going home. But a lot of people have been murmuring to one another about where Mark's wife went and whether or not she'll be coming to his funeral today. Huh? A few of your friends that know about where you ran off to are here as well. So there is a chance one of them will talk, and the rest of your family and Mark's will know about what you've done. What? Huh? If you're still not going to believe all that I'm telling you right now, then how about you take a trip over to your parents' house right now? There, you will be able to figure out the truth in all of this and may start to panic a little. Are you being serious right now? Why, Rebecca? If this was really going on, you should have been trying even harder to get me to believe you. This is the worst timing ever for me to be coming back home from my vacation. So that's what you're going to say to me? Well, I guess that's expected from a wife that never bothered to care for her husband at all and didn't even show up once to the hospital to check on how her husband was doing. Also, it's starting to sound like a lot of people are learning about what you'd been up to behind your husband's back. Especially with Brad. I don't care about what all of them are thinking right now. Right now, things are very bad for me. I showed up to the funeral after stopping by my parents' house, and as I walked inside, my dad slapped me with the most force I've ever taken. And my mom started to break down crying and wouldn't even look at me. All of Mark's family just stood there glaring at me in silence. Why are you getting all upset over that? That's how you should have expected everyone to react after what they'd seen and heard. Huh? It wasn't just you, though, that received those kinds of reactions from others. When Brad came stumbling back home, his dad was waiting for him and gave him a punch to the gut that caused him to vomit. What? Anywho, I'm divorcing him. And then I'll have my lawyer get you to sign the papers stating that you both now owe me some money. Oh, I see. Well, that's totally fine. I'll be getting all that money Mark had from his will. That'll mean something, like your settlement won't even faze me because it'll seem so cheap. You think so? I can see that you really don't feel any sort of anxiety after what all's just happened. But my lawyer will be coming over in the next few days to have a word with you, so be ready for when he arrives. Sure thing. I'll be ready for whoever comes here. Hello, Rebecca. This is about that settlement you've asked me for? What's up? You don't think you could lower the amount you're asking for, or even perhaps just void this whole settlement in general? Listen, I thought that by the time I got all that money from Mark after he passed away, I'd be just fine. But after asking about when his money would be coming to me, I was told there was no money. And I heard all of this from Mark's little sister. Well, he had been in the hospital for a very long time, huh? And, well, he had lost his job too, right? So all of that time in the hospital racking up his bills really did a number on the money he had in his savings. So there's nothing really left for me to have. I see. I then went and asked Brad about having him help pay the settlement off. But he told me no right then and there. Well, I'm sure something like that would happen. But no matter what excuses you have for me, you're going to have to pay me that settlement. What about lowering the amount you're asking for? And why should I do that? Ugh, what the hell is going on here? Hey, what the hell is this about Brad being jobless? Did he not get that company from his dad or what? I could have sworn he was telling me all about how his dad had this massive company and that it would be going to him next. Wow. You never heard anything about that from him recently, then? Heard about what? At first, he was supposed to be the next in line to receive that company and become the CEO. But after a little while, his dad, the current CEO at the time, realized that his son is nowhere near ready to become someone as respected as the CEO of that company. So he went and found someone from within his company to make the next CEO. And, well, it's been 5 months now since the new CEO took over that company. Who the hell took that position? I did. Huh? And from there, Brad no longer felt comfortable working in the company and quit. So when are you going to have that money to me by? I would like you to have it to me in the next few weeks, so were you able to find another way to get that money set up? What? You already know that I don't have any money! So that's your final answer then? I can see now why you were acting all tough about this whole situation you got yourself into. You thought you'd be getting both the money your dead husband should have left behind for you and the money that Brad would have been making as the CEO, right? Honestly, that's what I was thinking had been the case this whole time, but didn't want to spoil all your fun. If you already know that I'm not going to be able to pay you, how about you void the dang settlement? The settlement is another story, Thea. I knew something like this would end up happening, so I went and spoke with your grandpa about what should be done about you. Huh? My grandpa? You went and talked to him about me? Yep, and this is your grandpa on your mother's side of the family. He told me that he had some very good things in mind for getting you to both pay me for the settlement I've asked for and to try and fix that toxic behavior you've always had all your life. Wait, what? Why? I'm not even upset about you talking with my family about this, but why would you choose to talk with that crazy old man first? And actually, how the hell were you able to get in touch with him in the first place? Well, I'm sure you're not really aware of all this, and that's totally fine. But your grandpa's company just so happens to have some relationships with the company I'm in charge of now. What? In other words, what you and Brad had been doing started to have some influence on both of the companies, and discussion about you had to be made. There, your grandma and I came to a lot of conclusions about what had to be done with you, especially since you were causing bad rumors to spread around affecting business. No freaking way! Does this mean I'm going to have to go with that insanely strict old man now? And I'm not even talking about how bad my grandma is. She is way worse than him, and I don't want to know what she'll do to me if I see her. I've heard terrible stories about how she raised my mom's siblings. No. I don't want to end up like all of them. How the hell am I going to be able to have a life if I have to go to them now? There's no way those two will let me see the light of day ever again. Well, you have no other choice now, so stop complaining already. What? Thea, there's no other option for you anymore. While you'd been bragging about how you stole my husband from me, and then we're not going to have to worry about the divorce or the settlement because of your dead husband's and Brad's money, I was talking with your grandpa. Huh? So it's been going on this whole time? I had to make sure your grandpa heard about your every move so that he could prepare himself for how he wants to go about retraining you. No. I really hope that whatever he and your grandma have in store for you, it helps you become a better person. Bye-bye now. Rebecca, I don't want to go. And only 10 minutes later, Thea's grandpa arrived to pick her up and take her away. She tried her hardest to run from her parents' house to try and get away, but as she made it to the front door, she found out it had been locked from the outside. And who better than to come up from behind and grab her than that same dad of hers that slapped the hell out of her at the funeral. He then picked her up while she was screaming and walked her out to her grandpa's van so that he could put her in. A lot of the people in the neighborhood stepped outside to see what all the commotion was about, but when they saw it was Thea screaming her head off, they all went right back inside. She was taken to her grandpa's house that day, and a few days went by before I started to receive the money I had asked her for. And it wasn't just from her that I started to get my money from around that time, but also Brad. Brad's parents ended up disowning him after his dad punched his meal out of him, and since then, he's been living in another town somewhere working in order to pay me. And with both my settlements now being paid, I can finally take a moment to relax and thank my lawyer. A couple weeks later, I got a couple texts from Thea again, though, asking me to come and save her from her grandparents. I totally forgot that I hadn't blocked her yet, so that was the perfect reminder to get me to do just that. I'm not sure what types of punishments her grandparents are subjecting her to right now, but I'm guessing that not a single one of them is ineffective in helping fix whatever the heck was wrong with that girl's head.
Stacy, we need to talk.
Huh? What's wrong, Dick? Why would you just say we need to talk all of a sudden like this? You're scaring me.
There's something happening in the apartment next door right now that leaves me no choice but to message you like this.
Huh? How do you mean? The apartment next door? Wait, do you mean you came back from your business trip already?
Yep. And someone made me aware of the affair you're having behind my back, so I had no choice but to come home. I got on the first flight back here as soon as I found out you and the college student from next door are going at it like rabbits behind my back in the middle of the frickin' day. What the hell are you playing at, Stacy?
Oh, so you finally noticed then.
Huh?
You haven't been giving me any attention at all lately, what with all the business trips you've been on. Anyone would think we were strangers. This is my way of trying to send you a message, doofus. Don't you get it? I've been so lonely because of the way you treat me.
Cheating on me is your way of sending me a message?
Think about it, you dummy. If you, my boyfriend, realize I'm cheating on you, then you can't help but feel jealous, right? Which means you'll finally realize how important I am to you and change your ways. Simple.
What the hell kind of twisted backflip logic is that?
Don't worry, Dick. This thing with Chad isn't anything serious. He's still a freaking college student, for crying out loud. It was only ever a cheap fling. Besides, he has a girlfriend himself. We were just fooling around, you know? A bit of fun on the side. So chill out, okay?
Which part of this is supposed to put me in the mood to chill out?
Huh?
You say I don't give you any attention, but other than the mandatory 2-month business trip I go on every year, most of them consist of day trips, and aside from that, I just do plain old office work. How many of my date invites have you turned down by this point? I don't want to hear this crap about me not giving you attention because it ain't true. In spite of that, wow, Stacey, just wow. You cheated on me to make me jealous? I never thought you were the kind of low-life scumbag to do that kind of thing. But I obviously don't know you as well as I thought I did. I seriously feel like I'm gonna vomit. Me and you are through. Finished.
What? Why?
The fact you don't understand why I'd want to break up with you after what you did to me is genuinely worrying.
Oh my God, Dick, is that any way to speak to your girlfriend? Don't be such a dick.
I don't need to hear that from you. You're the dick for cheating on me.
Can't we talk about this like mature, responsible adults when you get home? I tell you what, how about we go on a date as soon as you get back? If I do that for you, will you forgive me? Or we can skip the date and go straight to the after party if you catch my drift. All right, I'll head back next door to our apartment, okay?
Are you seriously asking me that after you've been getting piped by the college kid next door? I'm good, thanks. I don't want his sloppy seconds. You're disgusting.
Huh?
Don't you dare show up at my apartment. I won't let you in no matter what.
But why? Why won't you let me in?
If you do, I'm calling the cops.
But why? Answer my question. Hey, bro, you got a minute? There's something I need to talk to you about.
Hey, Elsa. What is it?
I'm sorry to ask you this out of the blue, but you did say you broke up with Stacy, right?
Huh?
Because she cheated on you?
Yep, that's right. She was cheating on me with the college student in an apartment next door, so I broke up with her around 2 months ago. With that, I sold the apartment as quickly as I could and moved back in with Mom and Dad, which is where I'm staying here at the time being. But why? What makes you ask?
Well, it's about Stacy. It looks like she was trying to put her hands on my husband this time.
What did you just say? Stacy and Ricardo?
You know how Ricardo works from home as a freelance writer, right? My company, on the other hand, while having remote work available as an option, are being pig-headed stubborn about it, which means I could totally do my job from home if they'd let me, but they won't. So I still have to go into the office every day. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Stacy seems to know my schedule, and apparently she's been showing up at the house while I'm at work.
Wow. Are you being serious right now? When did all this start?
About 3 weeks ago. It all began when I drove by the house while I was running a few errands outside the office. I saw Ricardo inviting Stacy into the house, and they looked way, way more intimate than they should. I was pretty sure I knew what I was seeing, but I didn't want to make any accusations without more concrete evidence. So I decided to set up a hidden camera inside the house. It turns out they've been seeing each other pretty often. They're both as guilty as sin.
Wow. You had the clear-headedness to investigate further before confronting Ricardo with it when you found out he was cheating on you?
Yep, I'm currently working on gathering more evidence.
That freaking sucks. I don't know what else to say other than I understand how you feel. You must be in a pretty unpleasant place right now.
Yeah, I am. To tell you the truth, my head's been all over the place. But there's just one thing I can't seem to understand.
What is it?
Why would Stacy go after Ricardo? She's done nothing but insult him since they first met all those years ago. She calls him ugly, pathetic, a no-good loser. She practically calls him every name under the sun. I'll never forget the time she burst out into a maniacal fit of laughter after saying, "You did well to marry a wet noodle like him, girl," in the smuggest, most condescending tone you could imagine.
Jesus, I knew she wasn't his biggest fan, but I had no idea she was so horrible about it. You're right. Why the hell would she go after him if that's what she really thinks of him? When was all this? Maybe she changed her opinion of him?
No, you see, here's the thing. She said that to me the day before you broke up with her.
Wow, really? So one day she's insulting the crap out of him, the next they're in bed together? She'd go as far as risking an affair with a married man when she doesn't even like him? This makes zero sense.
Right? I'm so confused. And no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to come up with a rational explanation. That's why I wanted to talk to you about it.
I see.
So, what do you think? Can you think of any reason she might be doing this? They're the last two people on Earth I'd ever imagine being in a relationship together. My jaw almost hit the floor when I realized what they were up to.
To be honest, I can't say I'm totally stumped. Listen, Elsa. This might be a long shot, but from where I'm standing, it definitely seems plausible.
What is it, Dick? Do you know something?
It's about the reason she cheated on me with the college kid from next door. She said she only did it to make me jealous.
What? To make you jealous?
Apparently her plan was for me to catch her cheating to make me feel jealous. Then I realized how important she was to me, go crawling back to her begging for forgiveness out of fearing of losing her, and we live happily ever after. In her mind, that's how the whole thing was supposed to go down.
What the hell?
No way. Could she be doing the same thing with Ricardo now for the same reason? If so, it looks like you've been dragged into my mess. If that's the case, I'm really, really sorry.
This isn't your fault, and you don't have a thing to apologize for. Her thinking's so warped and twisted that it's impossible to say what her real motivations are. Besides, Ricardo's just as much to blame for getting involved with such a malicious, vindictive woman. That's why you don't have anything to apologize for.
Thank you, sis. Anyway, if there's a chance that is why she's doing it, that makes me officially involved now. What are we gonna do about this? If you want me to contact her, I can.
Do you think you could wait 2 or 3 more days before you do?
How come?
I hired a private investigator to look into the affair and gather as much evidence as possible. And I'm also currently in talks with a lawyer. I think I'll have everything I need in 2 or 3 more days, so I'd appreciate if you could hold off for a little while.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. All right, got it.
Hey, Dick. Long time no see. Have you finally calmed down now? You got yourself pretty worked up before, huh? I figured I'd message you because I know you're probably consumed with soul-crushing regret over your unfortunate decision to break up with me. But as for me, I'm not sure I'm ready to forgive you for the awful way you treated me, so your second chance might not be on the cards for a while yet. Which is why I've decided to let you do a little test to see if you're worthy of my forgiveness. You see, Dick, the thing is, I'm in a hotel room with your sister's husband. You know what that means, right? I'm in a hotel room with Ricardo. We've been in here just the two of us for like 4 hours now, watching the morning fly by as we whisper sweet nothings into each other's ears. I know you can be dense sometimes, but you do understand what this means, don't you? Hey, Dick! I'm spending the day with Ricardo again. Obviously, we're in the hotel room again. Tell me, Dick, does it hurt? It hurts, doesn't it? Can you believe it? Can you believe you let your girlfriend get stolen from you by a pasty little nerd like Ricardo? He has the muscle mass of a slug and the charisma of a sack of potatoes. And yet still, he managed to prove himself the superior man. But fear not, because I've decided to give you one final chance. If you can steal me back, I'll get back with you. Hey, Dick. Where do you think I am today? In bed with Ricardo again, of course, lost in the throes of our sweaty, passionate romance. Not only that, you'll never believe it, but today we're doing it in Ricardo's marital bed. It may be wrong, but it feels so right. There's something so exhilarating about exploring new frontiers and breaking taboos. Apparently, your sister Elsa's away on a business trip. So there's a good chance my stallion Ricardo is gonna pound me so deep into the night I hardly get a wink of sleep. Oh no, Dick, at this rate, I'm not even gonna be able to walk tomorrow. Go on, Dick, you can admit it now. You really want me to give you another chance, don't you? The question is, what are you willing to do to win me back? Allow me to repeat myself. If you can prove your commitment and dedication by stealing me back from him, I'll give you another chance. Not only that, but I'll even let you marry me. Anyway, Ricardo just got done cooling off. Time for round 7. You must be feeling so jealous you can barely contain yourself, so feel free to come and take me back anytime now. Dick? What the hell is going on here? Some guy claiming to be a lawyer just showed up.
Hey, lowlife. Do you enjoy making my little sister cry?
Huh?
Is this your sick, twisted way of taking revenge on me? How dare you drag my sister and her husband into this?
No way, it wasn't like that at all. You blockhead, you couldn't have this more wrong if you tried. Sure, I might have gotten them temporarily involved, but don't worry, as soon as me and you get back together, I plan on giving Ricardo back to your sister, which is why it doesn't count as an affair.
I see. So it's not an affair. You just did it to make me jealous so I'd understand how important you are to me?
Yep, exactly. That's why your sister has nothing to worry about. Great, now you understand. Will you pass the message on to your sister? I mean, please, a lawyer? I've never heard of anything more dramatic in my life. Talk about an overreaction. Will you tell her to call him off for me? I told him I'm not interested, but he won't stop banging on the door. Me and Stacy got back together so you don't have anything to worry about anymore. That'll do it. Will you send her that for me, please?
I did think you were just sick and twisted at first, but now I think you might actually be mentally ill.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Why the hell would I get back with you? I'd have to be insane to do that.
What?
You gotta screw loose at this point if you think it's acceptable to cheat on someone to make them jealous. Any feelings I have for you disappeared the moment I found out you were cheating on me with that twerp college kid from next door. But you couldn't just stop there, could you? Nah. That clearly wasn't enough for you. Because this time, you wouldn't put your hands on my frickin' sister's husband.
Quit blowing things out of proportion, Dick. I already told you. That was only to make you feel jealous enough to understand how important I actually am to you.
No. What you did was engage in an affair with a married man in the most vulgar, despicable way possible. You begged my little sister's husband because you're a vile piece of crap with no morals. Did you seriously think this was gonna make me feel jealous? Far from it. All I feel for you is rage and disgust. You're not worth getting jealous over.
Oh my God, don't even say that. How could you be so heartless?
Now you listen to me and you listen good. You're gonna go answer the front door, let that lawyer in, make him a coffee, and listen to exactly what he has to say. Then you're gonna pay my little sister every last cent of the compensation you owe her.
No, wait a sec. I wasn't trying to have an affair with him. That's not why I did it. Do you have any idea how hard it was for me to get down and dirty with Ricardo? He is disgusting, Dick. His skin's all oily and acne-ridden, and he's as white as a sheet because of all the time he spends at the computer. He has the charm and charisma of a spatula. He's just disgusting, Rick. He's nothing but a gross, pasty nerd loser. Same with the college student. I mean, sure, he wasn't as gross as Ricardo, but I still didn't enjoy it. Why can't you see how loyal I am to you? Quit trampling all over my devotion. Dick!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of how my little sister Elsa ended up charging her ex-husband and my ex-girlfriend a hefty sum in compensation. Ricardo made no attempt to hide or make justifications for what he did, and agreed to divorce amicably. With that, the proceedings were simple and painless, and the divorce was finalized in timely fashion. Unfortunately, Stacy, in her infinite stubbornness and seemingly total inability to understand even the very basics of human decency, insisted to the very last that she only did it to get back with me, and planned on giving Ricardo back as soon as she did. I knew that trying to talk to her was as good as trying to talk to a brick wall, so I had no choice but to call her parents. When I told them why she cheated on me, and why she did what she did with Ricardo, a look of shame and disappointment too intense appeared on their faces that I kind of got the impression that in that moment, they wanted to crawl into a hole and die. In spite of that, they still agreed to pay the compensation on her behalf, though I suspect that was more out of feelings of guilt towards me and my sister than wanting to save their daughter. Next, they forced her to sign a written pledge agreeing never to try and contact me in any form for the rest of her life. Last I hear, she lives with a relative who also happens to be an ex-psychiatrist out of state now, where she's currently undergoing therapy and mental health counseling. She claims she had an affair with my sister's husband to make me jealous so I'd get back with her, but to be honest with you, I still don't get it, and I'm not sure I ever will. Can you believe I was considering marriage with that girl? Talk about dodging a bullet.
Bailey, I'm about to get on the plane.
Hey, Trent. I hope you have a safe flight, sweetie. I just arrived at my sister's place.
I'm glad you got there safely. But I gotta say, I really am sorry about how the timing ended up working out here. I never thought things would go down this way. Can you believe I'm leaving my 7-month-old pregnant wife to go on an overseas business trip? I'm really sorry, honey.
What choice did you have? Your company needed you to be on that plane, so it can't be helped. You don't need to apologize for being a hard worker, Trent. Besides, it was always decided from the get-go that I'd be having the birth at my sister's place while she looks after me. The business trip itself is only going to last like 5 days, right? I think you'll be surprised at how fast it flies by. It'll be over in a jiffy.
I guess you're right. If these business talks go well, I'll finally be able to get the ball rolling on expanding my business overseas. Complaining won't do me any good. So I'll do what I can to see to it these talks go by as swiftly as possible, so I can get back home to be with my heavily pregnant wife.
Woohoo! That's the spirit. Anyway, don't you have a plane to catch soon?
Holy pork-fried Jesus balls, you're right! Alright, I'm going to switch my phone off, but I'll turn it back on again and let you know when I land.
Great. Safe flight, babe. Hey, Trent. Can you believe it's been 10 whole years? Oh, it's me, your sweet love muffin, Angelica. I found your name by chance online when I looked you up out of boredom. Isn't the internet crazy? I couldn't believe it when I saw all those special feature articles on you. My jaw almost hit the floor. You really did make good on the promise you made me back then, huh? All right, sugar pumpkin, let's get married. Where are you living these days? I don't know your address, so I decided I'm going to treat you to a nice little surprise by coming to see you at your company HQ. You know, the company where you work as the CEO. Hope you don't mind, sweetie, but I found the address online. Tell the girls at the reception desk that your future wife is on her way so they don't get a shock when I turn up. Okay, babe. See you soon. Trent, are you for real? You got married already? Is this some kind of a sick joke? When I turned up at your company, I told the receptionist I was the future wife of the CEO and tried to get her to take me to your office. She just said, "You're not the CEO's wife," and gave me the coldest look anyone's ever given me. Ugh, the rudeness of some people. I was so shocked it took me a few minutes to get my bearings back. When I did, I started doing some digging on social media from the car park, on our old classmates' pages, our seniors' pages, and our teachers' pages. And when I did, I found out you got married to that goddamn loser Bailey. I mean, geez, Trent. I always knew you were a gloomy loser with no redeeming features other than your impressively high grades back then, but I still can't believe you'd marry someone like Bailey, who seemingly defied the laws of nature by somehow being lower down the school pecking order than you were. Oh, is that it? Did you become convinced the only kinds of girls you were a good match for were the gloomy goth girls with breath like garbage disposal centers and worse hygiene routines than cave trolls after I, the most popular girl in school, broke up with you? Oopsie. Well, I guess this is technically my fault then. But, on the bright side, baby, if you marry me instead, you can finally break free of your trauma and move on. Okay, it's officially decided. You're divorcing Bailey. After that, me and you are going to get back together and remarry. Make sure you tell Bailey what's happening, okay? Bailey, it's been 10 years. It's me, Angelica. Is now a good time? I need to talk to you about something. Huh? Angelica? Oh, that is weird. I thought I deleted your number, but it still displays your name. What? You deleted me? Well, it has been 10 years. Besides, to be honest, I didn't think we'd ever be speaking again. I'm really surprised you're messaging me, actually. Whatevs. I guess I'm chill with that. Anyway, if we got into that, we'd get distracted from the real reason I reached out to you today, so I'm willing to let it slide. Did you want something? I need you to break up with Trent immediately. Excuse me? Me and him decided to get back together. Wait, you did what now? Oh, come on. I won't let you pretend you don't know about our relationship. Well, sure. I know you and Trent were dating at one point, but that was just for a month while you were back in high school, right? There's no way he'd take you back after the way you dumped him. I didn't even know who you were back then, but the whole school heard about how you said all those awful things to him before dumping him in front of his friends. About that. It turns out Trent remembered everything I said to him back then. Then he used my harsh words as motivation to improve himself for the better, worked super hard for 10 years, and finally became a high-spec winner worthy of my hand in marriage. Isn't that romantic? This only proves his heart is overflowing with pure, boundless love for me and no one else. This is usually the kind of thing that only happens in the movies, which should tell you just how serious he is about winning me. That's why I decided to give him another chance, so we're getting back together. Which means, sorry, babe, but you're nothing but an obstacle in the way of our path to happiness now. So would you mind, doing us both a favor and pulling a vanishing act? Okay, thanks. How long have you and Trent been messaging? Since this morning. Wait, what? So only for a few hours? Well, sure, I guess, but time is no obstacle for a romance like ours. We met up for a sweaty lovemaking session to consummate the flame of our passion straight away. I promised I'd marry him one day if he ever made $750,000 a year. A 10-year gap might sound like a long time, but love like ours wouldn't disappear just because we didn't see each other for a while. Do you understand? Now listen carefully. This is a direct order. Hurry up and break up with him. Do it now.
Bailey, are you okay?
Trent, hey, I'm okay. Your flight landed safely then?
Yep, and I just turned my phone back on.
This is about Angelica, right? She messaged me too.
You serious?
Yep, dead serious. She told me to break up with you.
Why would she be doing this after all this time?
She said she's willing to give you another chance after realizing you remembered what she said back when she broke up with you in high school. She seems to think the reason you've been working so hard these last 10 years was to win her back.
What?
She said she met up with you today and had... Well, let's just say she's claiming you guys had an encounter of the intimate variety. She said she promised she'd marry you if you could prove yourself to her by making $750,000 a year.
She said what now? Like hell we did that. I've been on an international flight all day. What the hell? How does she suppose I met her despite it literally being physically impossible? I didn't even respond to her messages.
It's fine, relax, Trent. I know you didn't do anything. She's just lying to try and get me angry enough to divorce you, right?
Ah, of course. Yep, you're right. That's gotta be it.
But what does she mean with this $750,000 thing?
That? I think she's talking about what she said when she broke up with me. She said if I ever became successful enough to make $750K a year, she'd marry me. But she was only doing it to mock me. There's no way a loser like you could ever make $750K a year, was the last thing she said to me.
She said that to you? Jeez, I've heard of people getting it wrong before, but a miscalculation of those proportions? She doesn't know you at all. God, that dumb hoe. You wait till I get my hands on her.
Thanks for getting mad and defending my honor, babe. But you should be careful. Getting all worked up like that could have a negative influence on the baby. So, please relax, okay?
Oh, good point. You're right. Okay, I'll be careful. But she seems to think you fulfilled this promise you made to her. Why would she think you make $750,000?
I have a sneaking suspicion. I think I know what she's talking about. Listen, Bailey, we don't want any of this stuff with my psycho ex-girlfriend having a bad influence on the baby. So, I want you to ignore all of her messages, okay? Actually, scratch that. Just go ahead and block her.
Are you sure?
You're staying with your sister out of state right now, so it's not like there's any risk of her barging her way in and making a scene or anything. I have to put this inexplicable rampage of hers to an end. Leave this one to me.
All right, got it. Don't overdo it yourself, Trent. You still have the company to think about. Hey, I finally found out where you live, so I went out of my way to drive all the way down there so you could have the privilege of living with me. Only to find you frickin' moved? What the hell do you think you're playing at here, Trent? And why are you ignoring me? Isn't that a little horrible?
It's been a while, Angelica. Good timing. I'm glad you're messaging me now, actually.
Huh?
When you say you found my address, do you mean the apartment by the underpass in Garlic Heights in Westglade City?
Yes, I do. Why would you move without saying a word to me? You are despicable, and this is so not acceptable. I banged on the door and rang the buzzer until some old dude from next door came out and went crazy at me for being noisy. All of the neighbors came out and started staring at me because of the racket he was making. Talk about public humiliation. Do you have any idea how much you've embarrassed me? Why would you move all of a sudden without telling me? This is downright wrong. Go on, I'm waiting. I need an explanation. Right now.
All of a sudden? I moved 3 months ago.
Huh?
Besides, what obligation did I ever have to keep you up to date with my private affairs in the first place?
But how can you be serious about wanting to marry me if you can't even message me properly? The only reason you followed through on your promise to me to become a high-rolling stud muffin on $750K a year was so you could have my hand in marriage, right?
No. I don't make $750K a year.
Huh?
If, by any chance, did you confuse my salary with my company's annual turnover?
Annual turnover? What does that mean?
Based on your first few messages, It seems you found out everything you know about my current situation through a few articles on the internet. There's nothing in any of the articles about my salary, but one of them does include my company's annual turnover from last year. And it just so happens it was $750,000.
Annual turnover?
Yes, it means the company's total revenue for the whole year. None of the articles say anything about my salary, which means I'm guessing you just saw the $750K figure, mistook it for my salary, then let your fantasy spiral out of control before spamming me and my wife with a slew of unhinged, delusional messages.
Huh?
Why don't you try taking another look at the articles you read?
You mean you don't make $750K a year? But what about your promise to me?
Promise? Are you actually insane? I don't want us to get back together, and I never promised you anything.
Oh my god, what the hell?
So, yeah, I don't make $750K a year, since pocketing my company's entire annual revenue would kind of be illegal. The company's still small, so me personally, I don't actually make that much at all, not even close.
What? No way. But I need you to make that much. I'll be in serious trouble if you don't.
Why will you?
Because...
Let me guess, because you can't pay off your debts. Forgive me for doing this behind your back, but you kinda left me no choice. I had an old classmate do some digging on you to see if we couldn't figure out why you'd showed up out of the blue, acting so crazy after we hadn't spoken for 10 years.
Huh?
First, there's the debt you owe the male strippers for your regular champagne-fueled visits to that shady club on 5th Street. Then, there's the compensation you owe your husband, who you divorced 3 days ago, for cheating on him 3 times across a span of 8 years behind his back, with the gardener, the electrician, and the pizza delivery guy. Then finally, to top it all off, there's the debt you originally owed to one of your relatives.
Ugh. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap!
Yeah, I guess it makes sense you'd be panicking like hell right about now. The way I see it, your little scheme here had 2 aims. First, you wanted to bag yourself a rich guy to pay off all of your debts and get you out of the huge mess you'd gotten yourself into. Second, in doing so, you wanted to secure yourself a life of riches and luxury and never have to lift a finger again for the rest of your life.
But how do you know all of this?
Do you really not know what our classmate's nickname for you was?
Huh? Nickname?
The gold-digging bimbo.
What?
You even went as far as contacting my wife, making up some pile of crap story about how we met up and got it on in an effort to try and make her divorce me. You're so cursed. My life is sure to take a turn for the worst if I allow you to have any part in it. So, please, leave us alone and never attempt to contact either of us again.
No way. Oh, this can't be happening. Wait. I'll really be in trouble. I mean it. My mom and dad disowned me, so I can't even go back to live with them. Please, Trent, I have nowhere to go. I'm gonna be homeless.
God, you're so annoying.
Huh?
You left me no choice. You, Miss Gold Digger, are about to get blocked. Boom.
Oh my god. Trent, don't call me that. Hang on a sec. Did you actually block me? No! I just told you I'm gonna be homeless, for crying out loud. Do you have no heart?
Angelica, while saying she had nowhere to go, showed up at my parents' house and tried to barge her way in. Fortunately, they didn't live there anymore, having moved away months ago. The house was empty now, and it was through their old crazy neighbor that we heard about the distressed crazy lady seen being taken away in the back of a cop car. Next, she went to my wife's Bailey's parents' house. Apparently, she lived in the same neighborhood as Bailey back in high school. So, relying on that old memory, she made her way to where she thought my wife's parents lived. In another hilarious twist of fate, she got it wrong again and ended up at a total stranger's house. After banging on the door in a frenzy like a escaped mental patient, she demanded that the poor, confused man, who had simply been trying to eat his Fruit Loops in peace, immediately bring out Bailey. Needless to say, he called the cops, and she was taken away in the back of a black and white car with sirens on it once more. This time, the cops involved her parents, but since they hadn't changed their minds about disowning her, apparently she ended up getting dropped off at an acquaintance's restaurant. I don't know what kind of work she does there, but rumor has it that the restaurant is actually a front for an illegal night business involving scantily clad women and poles. And apparently, strange, dangerous-looking men can be seen frequently in the place until the early hours of the morning. Last I heard, she's at her physical and mental breaking point, and her life now solely consists of working ungodly hours for less than minimum wage, like a soulless robot, to dig her way out of the hopelessly large mountain of debt she's in.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.